After all, we are entrusted with what for most people is their biggest financial asset. We take it seriously. It's a profession. If you're looking for a friend, buy a dog. If you're looking for a pro, call a realtor. Hi, I'm Lance.
And I'm Ann, and welcome to Off the Cuff with the Chilton Team.
Hey everybody, good to see you. We're going to do a little real estate 101 for you. First, to sketch out a few things that people may have forgotten or may not know about the real estate profession. First of all, realtors are professionals. We are licensed, we are insured, we have mandatory continuing education, and we are fiduciary officers. And that's a term that many people may not be familiar with. And I don't even know how many syllables. But a fiduciary is a legal definition for someone who must act in the best interests of their client. So as a fiduciary to you, we owe you a full duty of disclosure, full duty of accountability, and a full duty of obedience under the law, just like your accountant and your lawyer. So you may think that we're just the men and women who sell your homes, but that's really short of the mark, because for us and for you, the fiduciary piece carries a significant level of responsibility and commitment and professionalism. And I just thought it was important to sort of set that up.
Absolutely. And here are 10 of the things that your real estate agent should do for you. When the homeowner decides to sell their home, they usually have two major priorities: highest list price and the lowest fees.
So while maximizing your profit is important for a lot of people, there are lots of other factors to potentially consider. Otherwise, you could end up with an agent that maybe overpromises and underdelivers, or doesn't in any way sort of meet your priorities, because everyone's priority is different.
That's true. And if you're looking for a real estate agent to sell your home, here's what you should look for.
Your realtor needs a pretty big toolbox of skill sets and attributes in order to make the most selling your home. Here are the 10 most important ones to look out for. And number one is, of course, they should know how to price your home correctly.
Knowing how to price homes is one of a real estate agent's most important skills. Unfortunately, some agents will distort the truth a bit and tell homeowners what they want to hear to get the listing.
And this is really important, right? If you're speaking with a realtor about listing your home, don't ask them to flatter you. Ask them to tell you the absolute truth.
Yep.
And make sure that the answer you get is data-based. If you hear a realtor say to you, well, I think your home will sell for X, Y, and Z, what you maybe want to hear instead is, the data says that here is what your house will sell for in this range.
If you list too high, it may happen that the buyers may avoid the listing if they perceive that the price is really too high. This can give your listing a bad reputation that lingers even after the price drops. It also increases the chances of getting low bids. That's because overpriced houses often stay on the market for a long time and have fewer showings.
You've heard the term stale listing, and that's what happens when something is overpriced. People stop looking at it. Over time, the lack of interest in low bids can become disheartening for sellers. This leads homeowners to accept an offer lower than what they would have received if they'd listed at an appropriate price in the first place. And time is both your friend and your enemy when you're listing your property. You know, the most interest you get in a property, depending on price, is in the first sort of 3 days to 14 weeks for a higher priced home.
Yeah, depending on the type of market too.
And depending on market conditions too, which is another factor. And so in any event, the good real estate agent won't tell you just what you want to hear. They'll use training, they'll use benchmarks, market knowledge, experience to recommend an ideal price range for your home. It will be data-based, and they'll show you how they came to that conclusion and explain the risks and benefits of choosing a specific price. So please do keep an open mind when it comes to price.
Okay, so number 2, prepping your home and staging your house. Extremely important. It can not only increase its value, it can also shorten the amount of time that it takes to sell your home. This is because a stage home makes it easier for buyers to connect to the space. It's your first impression that is the most important.
I say think of it as going on your first date. It's been a long time since our first date, but when you go on your first date, you know, you get a haircut, you get a manicure, you put your best suit on, whatever.
You get a manicure?
You get a manicure.
Okay.
In any event, the point is it's your house's first date, and the photos, of course, are the thing that people see first. So it's super important for those to look more professional, which is what staging does, and it aids in the marketing piece. And we'll talk more about marketing plans in a bit, but just do know that staging, think of it again, the takeaway from that is staging is getting ready for your house's first date.
A high-quality real estate agent will provide tips on how to maximize your home's look and feel. This may include tips on improving curb appeal, very important, organizing and decluttering, or defining your room.
If there are repairs that need to be made, your agent will explain whether you should do those to increase sellability and profit or whether it's not worth the investment. And if you decide to go ahead with those repairs, your realtor should be able to recommend you service providers, as we do. We've got a really good team working with us.
For many years, too. Number 3, they have good communication skills. Communication is critical in all areas of your life, including when buying or selling a home. That's why you want a real estate agent that makes communication a priority.
Absolutely. Poor communication is not just frustrating for you as the homeowner, it can also lead to lower interest and on the part of buyers and showings. That's because a realtor with poor communication skills can develop a bad reputation with peers and prospective buyers. So the communication piece involves not only between client and realtor, but also between the realtor and other realtors who are going to bring buyers to your property.
Yes, you should trust the expertise of your realtor, but your realtor should also understand that you need to be part of the decision-making process. You need a realtor who checks in regularly with updates, not just when an offer comes in. This includes sharing feedback from prospective buyers, tips for how to improve viewings, changes they're making to the marketing plan, traffic on listings, and the number of showings booked.
That is the best way to ensure that they are doing everything they can to maximize your sale. And we have all that data, so it's easy for us to supply it to you. So to be sure that your realtor is a good communicator, you want someone who's accessible. Look for appropriate response times to your calls and emails. A realtor who delays early on will possibly delay further down the road too, which is not what you want. And once you find a realtor that you feel comfortable with, ask them to reach out with any new information. Don't be shy. Your realtor is your partner, not your boss. Number 4, your realtor must have a great marketing plan. Marketing, quite simply, is the job of connecting your home with the right buyers. And because digital marketing, for example, these days is so sophisticated, we can target people by their income, we can target people by their education, we can target them geographically. So ask your realtor those questions. And if they can't answer them, they do not have an excellent marketing plan.
One of the most critical aspects of a strong marketing plan is high quality photos. You've probably heard the saying, pictures speak 1,000 words, and this could be more true in real estate.
Absolutely not. High quality photos and videos are essential to selling a home. They're the first thing people see, right? So to get the visuals right, your realtor should have super high quality equipment and preferably, as we do, work with professional videography and photography teams. Make sure that your realtor is not solely dependent on the MLS, the multiple listing service. It's a fantastic tool. A strong marketing plan, though, will take advantage of lots of other channels.
Do some research and make sure your realtor has a clean and professional site that draws traffic.
A strong understanding for the website of search engine optimization. You've probably heard SEO is the term, and also search engine marketing. And make sure that your realtor works with a qualified digital marketing team because frankly, it's so complicated that it is above our pay grade.
Ultimately, you're looking for a realtor who has a strong understanding of what works in their market. They should also know what works for specific audiences, which leads us to our next point.
Number 5, your realtor knows their audience. So to maximize your home sale, your realtor should have a strong understanding of to whom they are selling. They could have the best marketing strategy in the world, but if you're trying to sell a $4 million home to people with a $25,000 income, you're going to fail. You have to target the property to the appropriate audience, which you can do really specifically using digital marketing tools.
That's true. That's why when looking for a prospective realtor, you should ask who they will be marketing to and why. A competent real estate agent will do their research on your client's location. They will know who lives there, who has recently bought, and who is most likely to move in next. And they'll know who will pay the most for your home.
That's important. And most importantly, they won't just expect you to take their word for it when asked. A good realtor will be able to give you an explanation for why they are choosing a specific audience and supply data to back that up.
Number 6, they understand that sometimes they need to pivot. Realtors use past experience and industry knowledge to make the best possible recommendations. Most of the time, a qualified realtor will get it right, but even the best agents experience situations that don't go as planned.
And we've seen that fairly recently, and you have to be able to adapt to market conditions when market conditions change. And they do from time to time. Sometimes it makes more sense to stay the course and push past market resistance. Other times your realtor will need to pivot to adapt the marketing content, maybe the price. But if your realtor is not getting the response that they expect, they and you should be keeping an open mind to changing the initial marketing plan. If the market dictates, that's what you got to do.
Absolutely. And this may include reaching out to a new market, increasing ad buys, using a new marketing channel, contacting more agents directly.
No matter what the solution is, you want a realtor who is flexible. When vetting prospective agents, ask them how they have pivoted in the past. And there's some good examples recently because we've seen some market changes recently. A good realtor should be able to tell you how they took a hard to sell home and helped to sell it for top dollar.
Number 7, they manage scheduling. Most people have little experience with selling a home. This may even be their first time doing it. Your realtor, on the other hand, has spent years learning the ins and outs of selling homes. That's why a good real estate agent won't expect you to take the reins. Instead, they will help you understand the process, keep you informed, and let you know what role you need to play.
This would include, for example, taking the lead on showings and open houses. A good realtor will schedule all showings and communicate to you when they're happening and any cancellations that may arise. This will give you time to tidy up a bit and make plans to get you and maybe your dog out of the house. To find out how a realtor manages their showing protocols, ask them about the process, find out how much notice they give. And that, by the way, is up to you. If you need 2 hours notice or 24, just ask for it. Ask a realtor how they will contact you. And again, that's your preference, phone, text, email, what have you, and whether they have recommendations for what you can do during the showings. And this will give you a good idea of whether they're prepared and helping you to prepare and how much they've thought about the process in advance.
Number 8, they make sure the buyer is qualified. When you sell your home, you'll have many different people interested in seeing your space. Some will be pre-approved for a mortgage, others will be pre-qualified. There will also be some who are just interested in looking, but have yet to speak with a financial institute. We see a lot of that.
Yeah, unfortunately, a good realtor will vet interested parties to make sure that they are ready to buy because, after all, we're not putting your house on a tour, we're trying to sell it. So we will confirm that anybody making an offer is pre-approved, not just pre-qualified, that they are indeed financially ready to make an offer. You want a buyer who's gone through those paces. This includes credit check, income verification, and while there will still be conditions that the buyer needs to meet to get funding, including an appraisal of your home in often cases, those who are pre-approved are more likely to receive funding. Those who are pre-qualified or just looking can have more complications with that process. Number 9, your realtor will explain how home inspections work. In most market conditions, when a buyer brings an offer for your home, there will be a condition of inspection. So what this means is...
It means that a home inspector, a qualified home inspector, will be coming to the home. We explain to our clients that they will take about 3 hours. They're looking under everything. They're not going to punch any holes in walls. They're not going to open your septic system unless they put that in the deal. But again, we're explaining that to people. We do not attend, the buyer's agent attends, and if there's any questions, we liaison with them. We make sure that they understand the functioning of your home, where everything is.
Yeah, it's the buyer's time to do their due diligence. They will test your fridge, they'll test your dishwasher, they'll test your washer and dryer, every light switch in the home, the AC, the heating, what have you. They'll look at the roof, a visual inspection of the roof. So, yeah, your realtor should, when they're going through your house initially, when you go to list the home, should be flagging items that may not possibly pass inspection.
Yes, and providing names of contractors who can help mitigate any issues that you may have.
Yeah, like the Boy Scout said, be prepared for a home inspection because if it goes badly, it could cost you the deal. So pay attention to that.
Number 10, they successfully negotiate the deal. This is your agent's time to shine. Once they receive offers from prospective buyers, your agent will review each one. They will then provide you with advice on how to proceed. If the buyer asks for concessions, your realtor will explain what repairs you should be able to pay for and what repairs the buyers are responsible for.
And you may be responsible for none of those repairs or all of them. It really is situational, so don't be afraid to ask questions. So once you've made your decision with respect to the offers, then your agent will finalize the negotiation process and create a firm deal for you. That means a deal is firm when you've waived all the conditions of inspection or financing or sale of the purchaser's home or whatever the conditions are. There can be a lot of detail, so don't be afraid to ask your realtor. They should be able to answer all your questions with respect to any and all conditions that are in the offer. And then after the deal's been finalized or goes firm, the top-notch realtor will guide you through the paperwork, and they'll explain to you how the process of closing works, because that, after the deal is firm, that is when it goes into the lawyer's hands, and there's things you should know about that at that time. And
Paperwork shuffle.
Paper cuts are our chief job hazard as realtors. So those are 10 things that any good realtor should be able to do for you.
Once you have found someone with these qualities, ask them lots of questions. Find out how they will manage showings and how they help with closing the deal. Make sure they have an excellent marketing plan and know their audience and have experience adapting to obstacles.
And most importantly, make sure that they listen to you so that they meet your priorities, whether your priority is a quick sale, whether your priority is achieving the highest price. Everyone's priorities are different. Your realtor must understand and adapt to your priorities, not theirs. So hopefully you found that stuff helpful. It's a big pile of material, and it's a very serious decision to make, because after all, we are entrusted with what for most people is their biggest financial asset. We take it seriously. It's a profession. If you're looking for a friend, buy a dog. If you're looking for a pro, call a realtor. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
The Chilton Team, getting you where you want to go.